So I'm assuming this is warm up.
Should be. Yeah. And because of that issue, I am now going to have even less time to be a part of the
Yeah,
stream.
that's true. It's
Right.
fine.
We apologize for the technical issues. Little bit of a problem that we had, some time ago. But welcome back to round 2 of the 1991 Winter Series. I am now a commentator rather than a driver after my stellar performance at Interlagos, where I was running third and then crashed. But we move. So today's race is at Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari, otherwise known as Imola. This should make for some good racing. This is the old layout of Imola since we are running the 1991 cars. That means Tamburello is flat out. Acqua Minerali is a chicane. And we also have Variante Bassa, because, of course, in the modern layout, it's not there anymore. Or it is, but it's not used. So hopefully the order will get sorted as qualifying has already happened. And we should have the race underway soon.
Indeed, and resident Uwu anime man is also in the booth, and I'll be here for the entirety of the race and what have you. We're just waiting on, as Boris said, the order to be changed, and hopefully warm up and the race can start and what have you. But yeah, not too long to go.
As a heads up, I may not be able to commentate all of the race, at which point I will sign off and hand the reins completely to Alex, but I will try stay as long as I can.
Indeed, yeah, and I would say how many laps the race is, but I can't remember what I wrote down.
I think it's like 28, I think. No,
Yeah,
shorter. It's shorter. I think it's like 24. I'll check the schedule.
Yeah.
Should be here. Come on. It is 24 laps.
24 laps, okay. So, given that the lap time is gonna be, I don't know that either, like 125?
I think, a qualifying lap is a 125. I'm guessing that in race trim it will be maybe 127.
Something like that. So, you're probably expecting around a 40-minute race or something along those lines, barring any more issues, which is, of course, entirely possible, but hopefully none of that happens. So I'm assuming everyone's in the pits waiting because they're being briefed by Pascal, and hopefully when we see them all go onto the grid and what have you, we'll have a warm-up lap and we'll be ready to go soon.
I'm quite enjoying this ambience, hearing like the V12s and the V10s go around.
Oh yeah, me too. It's a nice touch that I don't know if it's the mod or R Factor has, but it's nice.
It's definitely the mod.
Oh, well there you go.
It's because you can distinctly hear that they're 90s cars, because there's V10s, V8s, and V12s.
Indeed. We do like the 91 season here on at CMH. I also think that the
what?
I was gonna say, I think that, as you can see here from the images, the pit building and what have you is really nice and detailed from the correct time period. It's a really nice track, so thank you to I believe it's F Design, who are the track makers here, and it's a great track, and hopefully the drivers today can do it justice.
Do you want to make a top 3 prediction?
I suppose I can. Yeah. Then again, no one was gonna predict Wenger to get points last time out, but
No,
you know what I
not at
mean.
all.
It's unpredictable because people having issues with crashing and reliability. But I feel a safe bet for the win today has got to be Pascal Mikula. He won the first race. He's on pole. It's looking like the cards are in his favour.
Mm,
As for the final two spots on the podium, it could really go any way. But I feel like it's probably going to be Fulgencio Alfonso and Demi Greco.
um, okay, I'm gonna make a different prediction. I'm gonna say Juan Guerrero to win.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yes, of
and
course,
then
Juan
and
Guerrero.
then and then Mikula second, and then third. Hmm. Third, I'd probably put down as let me see, either Alfonso or Coratco.
Yeah, I'll
Uh,
be honest. I did forget that Guerrero exists, but my prediction now is Guerrero to crash. Sure, why not?
you want Guerrero to crash?
No, I don't want Guerrero to crash. I don't want anyone to crash. But because I forgot
Uh-huh.
about him, in my prediction, he's now going to crash.
Who? Okay, who do you think is going to be the first driver to retire?
Terminator will blow his engine up or something. I don't know. And then
Yeah, but
cool.
that's not his. But that's not his name here.
Oh, Christian Stiga. I'm stupid. Yeah, he'll blame the and he'll he'll just blame the engine for
I
being a
just
Jew.
saw. I just saw Oliveira spin out the pits. That's what I laughed.
But
So the
yeah,
drivers are leaving the pits for the warm up. It's going to be very short, and then we will get on the grid. And there is our newest driver, I believe, from either Slovakia or the Czech Republic, Jahoda. I don't know what his first name is, but
it's Marcel.
and Christian Stiga has crashed off the Tamburello, literally pulling an Ayrton Senna. And yeah, we'll see if any changes in the pace from the drivers will be seen in the warm-up. I doubt it, but you never know.
I've just heard that we've got a team radio from Christian Stiga. He said, "You gas, I guess your mother, your father, your
No,
sister."
not here, not here.
Well, I wasn't wrong that he was going to crash or blow up his engine, was I?
Well, I mean, he literally centered it into Tamburello, didn't he?
Indeed. As we are watching Lucas go through the chicane, it's a little quicker than it is nowadays, but still a challenge for the drivers, and not much runoff, of course, but that's similar.
I'm just watching his lines through here.
Lines don't look awful to me.
He didn't maximize his exit out of the secondary Vatsa. Now Variante Bassa. The track looks to be slightly wet.
Yeah, it is. It's slightly wet because in the actual 91 season, it was partially wet, so
Lucas's engine is smoking.
No,
Or was
that's
smoking.
that's just spray from.
It looked like smoke.
Yeah, they're on the outside
And
of the
Stiga
circuit.
is off the track again.
Who's surprised?
Oh, let's see what happened. Oh, massive accident through Tamburello. Literally, yeah, he literally pulled a Senna. Steering fails midway through the corner, and he's lucky that this isn't real, and because he would have definitely been dead from that. Considering these are 91 cars.
Yep.
And yeah, as you can see, not the start to the warm-up you'd want. Exactly, I'm laughing as well. Just from the way that accident happened.
I've got a feeling my prediction might be right.
What, he'll crash out again?
Yes. and then blame it on the car or something.
Yeah, yeah. Let's hope he doesn't. And Oliveira seems to have had an accident through Tamburello as well. Yep,
Hmm.
definitely did. Most drivers are on track. And Lucas goes into the pits.
Practicing his pit stop.
Possibly.
Yep. Not a bad idea.
Yeah, not a bad idea at all. I just hope that the race gets underway soon.
Yeah, of course. Shouldn't be too long now.
Or is everyone back in the pits now? It's possible that the positions are being adjusted now and the drivers are being briefed.
Possibly.
So we could be seeing the formation lap begin in a few minutes' time. Here we go. Yep, it's the formation lap. So, a rundown of the grid once again. Pole position, Pascal Mikola. P2, Damir Kuratko. P3, I don't know his first name, Bonnet. Alfonso in 4th. Juan Guerrero in 5th. Juan Rapido in 6th. Joe Gillett in 7th for Lotus, with quite an impressive lap to qualify so high with a V8 engine. Eddie, I think it's Eddie's Batars in 8th in the Colonia. Another decent performance from such a bad car. Christian Steger in 9th. Oliveira in 10th. P. Mello in 11th. Matthew Sibagnoni in 12th. Lucas in 13th. Yahoda in 14th. And Lucas Gomez props up the back of the grid for Benetton. Hopefully there will be no incidents on the formation lap.
Well, hold your breath.
In terms of who I think is going to crash out first, I think it's going to be Gomez.
Well, he's at the back, but you know.
Yeah, but just being at the back does not make you immune from an incident. You got to remember that.
Yeah, but ass. I know, reasoning 100. Anyway. This is the formation lap, as we've already mentioned. Drivers not going full pelt around the lap and, you know, just getting round and moments to go really before the start of the race. And as we already mentioned as well, 24 laps of the race. No pit stops planned. You may have to pit if you get damage or.
And this is the one area where no one will be able to overtake. This is the old Acqua Minerali, and this corner is quite literally one car wide. If someone tries to move there, I think I will openly call them an idiot on the stream.
Yeah.
I don't see any problems with that, because the drivers have been told not to go for any moves through that corner.
Indeed. And we can do the old... they say they wonder if Ricardo Rossi is quality enough for Formula One.
That's a fairly short debate, Murray.
Yeah.
What I'm also interested to see is how my old teammate Matthew Sibagnoni will do in the Brabham. I was driving that car before, but unfortunately I just lost the motivation to drive here. So maybe I'll be able to make that up to you guys with commentary. Haven't done it in a while, but I think I can do decently.
Yeah, it should be good, and yes. Anyway, rolling up to the final complex and lining up on the grid in just a few seconds.
And we'll also see if anyone blows up their engine before the first corner, like in Interlagos.
More than likely.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, because you can't rev these things to the max. People forget that.
Oh, funny 2020 car. Pascal doing some nice burnouts.
And we are close to getting underway here for the San Marino Grand Prix, round 2 of the championship. And we will...
few cars coming on now.
So the final 2 cars that need to line up now. Final few. Okay, and I think we're ready to begin the race.
There's the lights.
And we are underway at San Marino, and it's a... I don't know if that was a jump start. And there's been a Minardi spinning off. I don't know if that was... that was Guerrero. He spun off at the start. Bonnet is into the lead. Pascal is second. As they're coming down towards Villeneuve. And there's been another incident through Tamburello.
There's a lot of smoke.
Yeah, a lot. And that would be Juan Rapido, who I think is out of the race. Yep, his engine is blown. It's another engine failure for Tyrrell. As Bonnet is leading the field for McLaren. Mikola and Alfonso closely chasing behind. And it looks like the final Tyrrell running is going to have to make it up. And Steger is off, and so is Oliveira. And he hits the wall. He is out of the race, and so is Sibignoni. Or maybe he will get it back to the pits.
Wow, let's see if he's lost any wings.
He's definitely got steering damage.
Yeah, he's no front wing there. He's gonna have to pit.
I think he'll retire. Truthfully, I think he'll retire.
I mean, what have you got to gain now? You just go back on track and go for fastest lap or what have you.
And looks like the two Minardis have managed to drop back quite far, as they're now being chased by Joe Gillett. Curatco hoping to outrace his teammate as Guerrero locks up into the first Ravazza. And Curatco close in behind. Hopefully he doesn't go for a move through Bassa.
I mean, I don't think there'll be any team orders here, so...
No, I doubt it.
Oh,
and,
no.
Oh, Curatco's going for it. Oh, no, he backs out. Maybe they'll have a go through Tamburello. He's in the slipstream of his teammate. And there's some smoke up ahead. Might be the spray. And it is the spray.
Yeah, it's spray.
And Curatco is in the slipstream of his teammate. But his teammate is chasing down Gomez and Steger. As we come down towards Villeneuve and Tosa. And here we go. And Steger is defending from Gomez. Gomez trying to go around the outside, but it's not working. He might be able to get him going in towards the next corner, as the Benetton does have more power. And Guerrero and Curatco, and both trying to attack. Gomez is off the track.
I think he's
still
kept out of the
race. Still in the race, but I think he might have some steering damage.
Indeed.
Yes, he does have steering damage.
That's unfortunate for the Benetton driver. His race is pretty much over due to that one mistake.
And Curatco's making a move on his teammate, and he's made it stick for now. As he gets very close to the Jordan of Lucas. And Guerrero again might try and make a move on his teammate to get back 8th position. And Curatco very bravely down the inside. And
it's very close here.
He is on it today. And Curatco is going to hope to overtake the Jordan onto the next lap. Will he go for a move around the outside of Bassa? No, he will not. Lucky for him, because that would be very risky. And I'm confident that the Minardi can overtake here with that V12 Ferrari engine. And Curatco is on the outside going through Tamburello. And Curatco is passed thanks to that Ferrari power. Guerrero also chasing behind. And he's gone past before Villeneuve. Now going down towards Tosa.
He's gonna have a go. No, he's not. He gives up that position.
Position
so
update
both
on lap
Minardi's
3.
past the Jordan dropping back 2 places, and yep.
Position update on lap 3. Mikola is leading. Bonnet is second. Alfonso in third. Gillett is in fourth. Battars is in fifth. Steger is so far holding the final point in sixth. Curatco is in seventh. Guerrero in eighth. Lucas in ninth. Yahoda in 10th. Sibignoni in 11th. And Gomez in 12th with 3 retirements already. And Alfonso's gone wide at the second Ravazza. Will that open up an opportunity for Gillett in the Lotus? And he's
another mistake there.
He's cutting the corners quite heavily. All right, well, the battle for the lead is close. Let's see if Bonnet will have a move on Mikola through here, as he does have a Honda V12 versus the Ilmor V10 in the Leighton House.
Got to be, surely.
He is getting very close. Let's see what happens through Villeneuve and Tosa. Will he go for a move down the inside? And he looks like he kept his distance a bit there. Mikula's going to have to start thinking about defense as he has two very rapid drivers closing in on him. Bonnet might go for a move down here. And no, looks like he's just applying the pressure onto Mikula. Hopefully no one goes for a move through Acqua Minerali. And luckily they don't. Everyone very well behaved.
For now.
And Kuratko has overtaken Stiga, and he's now into the points once again.
Yeah, after not such a good start, Damir Kuratko back into the points.
And I think Guerrero has retired.
Oh. Well, guess who was right?
You weren't right. He didn't retire first.
Oh no, I didn't say.
Oh, that's such an unfortunate mistake. That is a new boy's error.
No, I said Stiga would retire first, which technically isn't true, but I did say Guerrero would retire because I forgot about him, and yeah, that's unfortunate for the Minardi driver, but you know, I like the improved right.
That was a new boy's error to brake with one wheel on the grass, and sliding out of there. Alfonso chasing down the McLaren. These three very close together. We'll see what happens as they go towards Villeneuve-Ventosa once again. And Gomez chasing down Sibignoni. And Gomez goes wide again. Has he crashed? Yes, he has, and he is out of the race.
That is a very sad crash. He's just...
Yeah, that was very
so
sad.
slow.
So, 10 drivers remaining. We'll see what happens. And the gap between Bonnet and Mikula and Alfonso is still very tiny. Less than a second separating the top three. It's a very exciting battle for the lead. Hopefully it doesn't end in tears for any of them.
Still lots of time left for overtakes and what have you. And let's see what pace Mikula does. Because so far he's, holding his own and defending from the McLaren, and
McLaren's getting very close to that Leighton House,
and he's having a look.
Ooh, yeah, I'm interested in the fact that he had a look there.
I mean, it is an opportunity. Sorry,
definitely is. Yeah. I think there could be a move on after Tamburello via the slipstream. Mikula is definitely under threat here, and Bonnet goes wide. And Alfonso capitalizes, and he's right alongside him going through Tamburello. And that's definitely helped Pascal. And Alfonso slightly bumps to the McLaren. Hopefully no damage for either of them.
This is not NASCAR, fellas.
No one's really having a look. And Bonnet is off the track. And so is Sibignoni.
Well, that's no surprise. Matt's kind of prone to spinning.
And Bonnet now is unfortunately not likely to be in contention for the win anymore. He's going to have to find a way to get back up the order and back into the points.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him. Bonnet seems Toza's catching a lot of people out today.
It definitely is. I think Bonnet is rejoined in 5th place ahead of Kuratko. Seems to be that way. So now it's up to Alfonso's Tyrrell to take the win away from Mikula. And we'll see if that's possible. The gap is shrinking rapidly thanks to the slipstream. And
Matt is in the trees?
Sibignoni has gone off again.
I think that's a retirement.
Let's see what happens. Oh, he's just dropped it himself.
What the hell happened there?
I'm not sure.
Did you just lose it, changing down gears?
Yeah, I think he did. I think he downshifted too quickly.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I think he will retire. That's what I think. Yep, he has retired.
Down to 9 cars then.
Yep, not really a surprise. Imola. What was that? Oh, he either retired himself or I don't know, something. I think he retired himself.
Yeah, I think so.
Hopefully now we'll cut back to the race footage that is live. As Alfonso's still trying to chase down Mikula. Further back, we don't really have any major battles apart from Damir Kuratko chasing down Bonnet. That could be a potential battle.
It could be, but at the moment, the battle for the
Ooh.
race lead, as he really is using all the curb, this Tyrrell driver.
I really would not be using those curves that heavily. That can easily damage your suspension.
Oh, I would.
I wouldn't, not that heavily. Jeez, he is mounting those curbs.
You do have to wrestle the cars around Imola, though, especially this layout.
I mean, maybe, but I wouldn't be using curbs that are that high. It's a very strange driving style, which doesn't really seem to be working for him because he's losing time. Meanwhile, someone who is making time is Kuratko. He has shut the gap down from 1.2 to 1 second. Both drivers have a V12 engine, but it will be interesting to see if Kuratko can get closer to the McLaren.
Indeed, it will be. I think he will. I think he will catch up to the back of the McLaren. And as proven earlier, Burnett can make mistakes, but I mean, we all can. But people.
Kuratko seems to be having a very good comeback race after both Minardi spun out at the start, or either that or were involved in an incident. He's back into 6th place with the potential to take 5th and maybe even 4th, considering how slow the Coloni is in a straight line and how much it understeers. Speaking of the devil, there he is on camera as Kuratko has a light lockup, but he is definitely gaining on the McLaren. You can definitely see it.
Yep, and plenty of laps to do it. So
the V12 Ferrari and the V12 Ferrari engine singing away as we now go down towards Acqua Minerali. And both Bonnet and Kuratko closing in on the Coloni. Acqua Minerali chicane. There we go, very nice and tidy through there from Kuratko. Tiny bit of oversteer on the way out, but we're now going down towards the 2nd chicane, which I forgot the name of.
Variant Alta?
I think, yeah, it is Alta, I think. And now we're going down towards Ravazza. Bonnet made a slight mistake there, touching the grass slightly. And he's getting very close to the Coloni. Hopefully we'll get a cut-in of the McLaren closing in on the Coloni, just so we can see if he can make a move going down towards...
I think he's close enough.
Oh, he's very close. He'll definitely get to hear the... Sorry, the power difference between the Coloni and the McLaren is huge. Look at that. Look at that. Look how quickly he's closing in.
Yeah, he's going to do it.
And Tosa.
Or not. Never mind. Maybe he topped out at the end of the straight. Yeah.
You'll definitely get him soon. And here we go again. You can even see the power difference coming out of corners. There he is. He's going down. We're going down towards the next corner, but he's not having a look. I'm surprised by that. I would have. I would have gone for it straight away. But that's me. I'm quite an aggressive driver. Kuratko is now closer than ever to both the Coloni and the McLaren. So it's possible that he could get up to 4th place.
Well, it comes down to Burnett getting past Edis before Kuratko gets past Burnett.
But the thing is, you got to remember, is if Edis holds up Burnett, then that will definitely give a good opportunity for Kuratko. All he's going to have to do is wait for the correct opening, and he'll have it. And Burnett is going for a move down the outside of the first Ravazza, and he is passed, but that was very, very close indeed. And Battars hopes to have another attempt to attack the McLaren. As now Kuratko's closing in on the Coloni as well. Bonnet back into 4th place already. And now we're watching the Minardi, which is definitely going to have the Coloni here. The power difference is, again, very big.
Yeah, Edis tried to get the best exit he could out of the final chicane, but it's just not going to be enough. That Coloni is just so underpowered. And
I have a feeling that Kuratko's going to have a look down the inside of Tosa. And he does. And Battars understeers and he goes slightly wide. He did give Kuratko the room, but I'm guessing that was just a mistake of his own. And now both the Minardi and the McLaren have capitalized, who are all up 1 position. Battars is now at the back of the points scoring board, but it looks very likely that he will still score, which, considering the car he's in, is very impressive indeed.
Yes, indeed. That is.
Especially since this is a very fast track.
Yep, indeed.
And,
So now it's now going to
the-
come down to the back.
Yeah, at the back we don't really have much. The closest at the back we have is Yahoda versus Lucas.
Yeah, all I was going to say is it now comes down to whether Karatko can now gain back on Burnett and possibly fight before. But at the moment there is a gap there, and we'll see what Karatko can do. But at the moment, not looking quite likely. But we see.
I also want to see if Bonnet and Kuratko can close in on Gillett, who very silently got on the podium in the Lotus.
Indeed.
I guess we could call him the Carlos Sainz of this league, getting no coverage at all and doing well.
This is true.
And yeah, still at the back, the closest battle is between 9th and 8th, and that doesn't seem to be changing. So for now, we'll ride on board of these three, as they do seem to be closing in slightly on Gillett. But how quickly they close in is another story. Meanwhile, back at the front, we have Mikola still in the lead, and Alfonso still doing his best to beat Mikola to P1. And he's gone wide. He's gone wide again.
That's what happens when you drive on the limit.
He's pushing too hard. I'd slow down if I was him. And there you go, again. I'd slow down. Like, the main thing you gotta remember about pushing is that you gotta keep it on the track.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But...
And just that lap, he lost half a second to the leader.
Mm-hmm. What I will say is that first gets 10 points and second gets 6. So
the gap is big.
Perhaps he's thinking, you know what, let's go for 10, and if not, then I can just settle for second. But
we'll have to see. He's lost a further 3/10 through Sector 1.
You wouldn't expect that, bearing in mind that Tyrrell engine.
I mean, no, it was definitely a decent engine, that Honda V10, but
yeah.
I don't know. I think he's pushing too hard. He's just focusing way too much on trying to catch him, and not focusing on actually trying to keep the car on the track.
Yeah.
And the gap between 3rd and 4th is about 9-ish seconds.
Yeah.
And it does seem to be coming down. So, and Gillett's off the track.
Oh no.
Ooh.
What's happened there? Has he just made a mistake, or?
He went. Where did he go off? I think he had a spin. Yeah, he had a deceleration spin at Variante Alta.
Good recovery.
Yeah, he recovered quite quickly. But look at the gap now. That puts him in prime contention to lose the podium to both Bonnet and Kuratko. So we've got a fight on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this time it does actually have a lot of value because it is for the last spot of the podium.
I'm just going to remind you now, Boris, that it is 5:30, more or less.
What lap is it?
What lap? I don't know.
I wish we had a lap screen.
Let's call it lap, I don't know, 12.
Yeah, let's just do that. So
we're Gillett
through. Oh, and Gillett's off.
It's half spun, gone to the inside of the track, and that has actually allowed Burnett to get back through and onto the podium.
I highly doubt that Gillett will be able to catch up because he's got a Judd V8 in the back of his Lotus. Which, besides, for those of you who don't know, that Lotus is the last year's chassis, slightly updated to the 1991 regs, and with a Judd V8 instead of a Lamborghini V12.
Yeah, it's not the best.
Not what you want.
Mm-hmm.
What's the gap between them? Bonnet does seem to be pulling away, but Kuratko at the same time is gaining on the Lotus. And you got to also remember the power difference between the V8 and the V12. So this definitely gives Kuratko a good opportunity to catch up and get the podium.
Yeah, indeed. He's just got to keep pushing and try and get onto the back of Gillett. He should be able to get past him, and then it's just a case of trying to gradually get back on the back of the net.
Well, it remains, we've got some time to see if he can do it.
Yep, indeed. We've got probably, half the race left.
And Gillett locks up going through Tosa.
Yep, probably lost a little bit of time there, but not too much.
Oh yeah, the gap between Gillett and Kuratko is 9/10. And the gap between Bonnet and Gillett is 2.1 seconds.
Yep.
Whereas the gap between Mikola and Alfonso now is it's definitely too big to warrant a battle anymore.
Yeah, it seems like Pascal's either upped his pace or Alfonso just can't keep up. And, Pascal is now got a healthy lead and just needs to maintain it.
And as we can see, Kuratko is getting ever so slightly closer to the back of the Lotus in his Ferrari-powered Minardi. Going down to Bassa. Takes a lot of curb there and some grass as well. As we now begin the next lap. Once again. And Bonnet definitely seems to be pulling away from the Lotus ever so slightly.
Just watch how the Minardi is going to catch the Lotus down the straight here.
He definitely does gain quite a bit. And Gillett again locks up, this time with both wheels. And he's really opened himself up to Kuratko now. He's giving him all of the slipstream he needs to pass on a straight.
If I were Gillett now, I'd just, wouldn't defend this too hard if Kuratko's right on the back. You don't want to risk getting taken out the race.
But you got to also remember that you don't want to lose a position just because.
Yeah, that's of course. You try and fight for every position all the time that you can, but.
And Gillett's made another mistake, and Kuratko's right on the back of him, going down towards Rivazza, and he is through. But we'll see if Gillett defends as they go down into the said Rivazza. And no, Kuratko is passed, and at the moment he's holding position. And Gillett seems to have a much better exit, but I don't think that'll make much difference considering he has a V8 engine in the back of his Lotus.
Well, he's going to have to try and get straight back, but I think this is now a battle lost for him.
He's going to have to use that Minardi slipstream, and maybe that will keep him in contention.
Yeah, that's what he's basically hoping for, but it looks like that's not quite how it's going to work.
No, he's still staying with him. Somewhat.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
We'll see what happens on the exit, because we do know the Minardi is notoriously hard to drive on the exit. Doesn't seem to be too much he can do on the straights, but through the corners, he's definitely keeping up. Further down the grid, no changes to positions at all. Bartanas is still holding 6th, so he is on course to score 1 point for Coloni, and Stiga is running a distant 7th. And looks like Lucas has already been lapped by Mikola. Gillett is still sticking with the Minardi through the corners, but as soon as we get on the straights, he loses a lot of time. Meanwhile, gap from Bonnet to Kuratko is about 3.6 seconds, more or less.
Yes, more or less.
So, who knows? Maybe Kuratko will be able to claim a surprise podium after such a terrible start and a fantastic recovery drive so far.
Yeah, indeed. Kratko just needs to, push on. He's got past Gillett and
He's
maybe.
closing the gap though.
Bonnet!
Bonnet's off again! And Kuratko is on the podium. And,
Mythic, this is where I remind you what podium I predicted.
How did he do that though? He didn't lock up. I don't understand.
Don't know. Took too much speed in, I guess.
Yeah, you say the podium you predicted, but you didn't say Kuratko in third.
I thought I did.
You said Bonnet in third, as far as I remember.
I thought that was you. I didn't say Bonnet.
No. I said Guerrero to win, who is out.
I thought I said Mikula, Alfonso, Caraco, but who knows?
I don't know.
Well, we'll check afterwards.
Very much. And who else? Yahoda has also been lapped. So clearly the pace of the leaders is quite quick. And hence why they are the leaders, pretty much. Gillett is still somewhat sticking onto the back of the Minardi, but on this straight down from the start-finish line all the way to Tosa, he's losing a lot of time, thanks to the power deficit of his Judd V8.
Looking through the field here, here's Alfonso. Gap between him and Mikula is, a little over 4 seconds. So Mikula's still with that healthy lead. You can hear the Till driver feathering the throttle through the chicane there, making sure he doesn't wheel spin and, have the opportunity to spin the car as he makes a mistake there.
He's made a lot of errors.
He has, but he's still running.
For now.
Indeed.
And he's going to have to get past Gillett's teammate, Yahoda, for Lotus. Ooh,
I should let past.
Yeah, he did. Good man. Hopefully he doesn't try to pull an Esteban Ocon and tries to unlap himself through Tosa. I hope not. Because he is still close.
Probably not.
No. Gap between Kuratko and Gillett has opened up to about 1.8 seconds now. Whereas Bonnet is still some distance behind the Lotus. After making a second serious mistake at Tosa, as Gillett locks up, going through the corner.
Tyres shouldn't really be an issue, so you can afford a couple lockups as long as you don't bin the car.
Hopefully not, yeah. I think almost every driver this race has made at least one mistake.
Yeah, probably. I don't know about Pascal, but everyone else, I'd say so.
Everyone else, yeah.
Pascal's having a generally Pascal performance where he just takes the lead and, manages the gap. That's what we saw at round one. That's what we're seeing today.
And it looks like, judging from the map in the bottom left corner, Mikola is coming up to lap Christian Stiga soon.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's good. I want to watch that.
I wonder why.
I just want to see what happens.
Yeah. To be fair though, Gillett is back on Kuratko's arse and...
He must have made an error.
Yeah. Has he got speed?
He's got the slipstream, that's for sure. He's still keeping up. He might have a look down the inside of Tosa. No, he doesn't.
Kuratko...
And Kuratko was defending. He was expecting an attack from the Lotus driver. As Gillett, the Britishman, is now once again chasing the Minardi.
The Britishman.
Yes, he is the British man, yes.
Oh, okay.
And he goes a tad wide on the exit. Akku Minerali hopefully makes up some time here. The Lotus does handle very well, and it is quite easy to drive. So hopefully Gillett uses that to his advantage. Whereas Bonnet is still catching them. Still quite some distance behind. And Stiga has still not been lapped, but that should be happening soon. See what happens through the first revats. Both drivers quite clean. As he gets the better exit out of the second one. And that would be Gillett. That was much cleaner.
Yeah.
Much cleaner exit from the Lotus. Through Variante Basta. He took a lot more speed through there. So Gillett is definitely maximizing his car for what it is. And he's doing his best to keep up with the slipstream now. It's not going to be easy. His car has about 50, 60 horsepower less. That's a massive deficit to overcome.
Yeah, just not close enough, not getting enough slipstream, what have you. He's locked up.
And he locks up again.
Yeah, Toza seems to be the killer today, I'd say. Just everyone making mistakes, whether that be locking up, running wide, spinning. It's a deceptively tricky corner.
I mean, yes it is, especially in this old version where the run from Tamburello through Villeneuve is completely, if you're brave enough, it's completely flat out. But
yeah, of course.
Going through Villeneuve, it's difficult because as you're exiting Villeneuve, you need to start braking. That's what makes it difficult.
Yeah, you know, things start to be funny when you start braking and turning at the same time. So, yeah.
And lap update, please, soon, as Mikola's now lapping Stiga. And Stiga doesn't really take the best line to try and let him through. Is he going to let him pass? Okay, they're alongside each other now, and Stiga's behind in the Larousse.
I'd have to say he's let him through there.
Yeah, he did, but hopefully, like I said, no one tries to do a Esteban Ocon 2018 Interlagos and tries to unlap himself. He's sticking close, so maybe he is trying to unlap himself. He is!
Well,
oh God, he is trying to unlap himself. He is.
The two Germans.
This is going to end badly.
East Germany and West Germany.
I can just tell that if he keeps staying on the back of that Leighton House, it's going to end badly.
Well, he's going to have to match the pace, and that's a mistake there, going a little bit wide.
Yep.
Mikula's not going to be enjoying this constant hounding by the Larousse.
Definitely not, as that seems to have cost him a little bit of time to Alfonso. Not much to warrant a threat, but it has cost him some. Whereas further back, Curatco seems to have gotten away from Bonnet, who is now in fourth, so he must have overtaken Gillett at some point. Gillett, who is now 4 seconds behind the McLaren. He definitely must have made some kind of error. And we are now on what I believe is the penultimate lap, possibly.
Maybe.
It's lap 22.
Alfonso, Stiga lets him past.
Luckily.
Yep. No too high through.
That definitely would have cost him a little bit of time.
Yep. If it's the penultimate lap, it's just not enough time to catch up 4 seconds unless Mikola makes a mistake.
No, when Mikola crosses the line, that will be the penultimate lap.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
no.
I see the gap's gone down to 2, 3, 1 minus 2.9. What's happened there? Mikula's lost a second?
He must have definitely made some kind of error.
I was going to say, literally, it was just 4 seconds, and now it's 2.9.
And now Mikola begins lap 23 of 24. One more lap remaining. Or no, 2 more laps. What am I talking about? Penultimate lap now. The gap is now 2.8. We'll see if that changes through Sector 1 as he navigates his way around Tosa with a very good line. And let's see, the gap was 2.8. It is now... See, the gap is now 3 seconds. So, definitely was some kind of mistake by Mikola, but he is still on course to win at the moment.
Yeah, just do nothing stupid, and you should be able to cross the line.
Bonnet seems to have gotten closer to Koratko by quite some margin. The gap is now only 1.2 seconds.
Found some late race pace, seemingly.
Or maybe Koratko made an error. Let's see if Tosa catches him out again. And oh, it did slightly. He had a tiny bit of oversteer on the entry. Gillett is still staying with them. Despite the fact that Gillett could have had a podium, I think he'll be happy to finish in 5th.
Yeah, still points, and you know, every little helps, as a famous supermarket says.
Yes.
But yeah, no.
3.4. And I can't tell if that's the end of the race or if that's the penultimate lap.
Well,
I think that's the last lap. I think it's the last lap.
Yeah, it must be.
It's the race is over.
Yeah, it must be.
Well, hopefully we cut back to the battle with Koratko and Bonnet, because they're still racing. And they're quite close together. But I don't think the positions will change.
Koratko just needs to keep his cool, do the corners like he always would.
Exactly.
Oh! Bonnet gets ever so close.
And he's out wide. And Koratko will take 3rd. That's a fantastic recovery drive from the Serb. And Bonnet takes 4th. And Gillett seems to be on course to finish 5th, and he has. And Batars, who is quite a distance behind, will finish 6th to score a point for Coloni.
Good race.
There he is. He's coming across the line now.
Yeah,
and he
there
scores.
he is.
He's done it. The race is over. Final order. Race winner, Pascal Mikola. 2nd place, Alfonso. 3rd place, Damir Koratko. 4th place, El Bonnet. 5th place, Joe Gillett. 6th place, Edis Batars. 7th place, Christian Stiga. 8th place, Yahoda. 9th place, Lucas, with Matthew Sibignoni, Gomez, Juan Guerrero, Melo, Oliveira, and Juan Rapido all retiring. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully the next race tomorrow at Mexico will give us just about as much action as this race did. And I will be off now. Thank you for having the patience to listen to my voice. And we will see you tomorrow for the Mexican Grand Prix, round 3 of the championship.
And